I'm here at Pasadena Comic-Con with Jamieson K. Jamieson, how are you today?
Hi, I'm doing well. Good to be here.
It's great to see you. So my first question is, you voice Hercule, or Mr. Satan, in Dragon Ball Z, and I was curious, what is it like to channel such an iconic character for this series?
Well, actually, the one that I did was it was an English dub for an Asian market. Mm-hmm. So there's a whole Texas crew that does Dragon Ball Z. So what we when it was brought here, and the rights holder wanted to do this English dub for the Asian market, we didn't reference what Texas was doing. We listened to the Japanese,
Wow.
and then tried to just work off of that, because we didn't want to copy another actor's performance, obviously. So I didn't know how iconic he was. So I kind of went with the vibe that the Japanese actor was doing, and then did my interpretation of it. He was a lot of fun to do.
Yeah.
Crazy character, and just deliciously, big and mustache twirling kind of character.
Yeah.
And those are so much fun to do.
What is the process like for auditioning for a video game character or a video game voice?
Well, we audition, we get the sides, the words, the copy, and then we record it at home in our home studios, and it gets sent off, and then the casting people will decide which way they want to go. There's a lot of us vying for those roles, and then they select and put together the team they want to do.
That's
so
amazing.
That's kind of how it goes.
Do you have a character that has been the most fun in your experience to voice?
Oh gosh, they're all fun in one way or another. Sometimes they're fun and hard. I would say Ryder down on the end there was a lot of fun to do. Such the joy of life that he had, or has, because he lives forever, he does, was really neat. And I got to work with, Lucian was my master, Waver, and Lucian's a lot of fun to work with and off of. We don't tend to work together in a booth, but we will sometimes be able to hear each other.
Do you get to hear their voice?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Whoever records first,
Right.
then the second person can hear that recording and play off of it. So it doesn't always happen one way or the other. So sometimes you hear and sometimes you have to create.
Yeah.
In a vacuum. But it's a lot of fun.
It must be hard to get that character's performance down when you don't have something playing opposite.
Yeah. Voice acting is it's very improvisational, but not in the way of coming up with words. Because improv usually involves, here's the situation, and you make up words for it. We have words and have to make up the situation. It's a reverse situation, but it's really interesting. And the difficulty of it is that we don't get to rehearse. We get the words and boom, we have to go right into it, find that emotional reality. So it's a lot of imagination, a lot of creativity just on the spot that we have to play with. And that's the difficulty of voice acting, really.
Do you have any advice for an up-and-coming or an aspiring actor or voice actor looking to get their start in the industry?
Yes, for new voice actors, it's all about acting. You can have a great voice and not be able to act. So acting training is key. That's kind of the foundation of it all. But then also, imitation. That's how we learn and play. So as a kid, I used to listen and do voices and go back and forth. So watching and seeing what's out there, doing your own interpretation of them. I see a lot of the fan dubs and stuff, and I think it's amazing the creativity they come up with and their own takes on things. So that's a great way to get going and get noticed, and to put content out there. And so that's a good way to go. And just acting training, voice training, being able to take care of your instrument and know how to use it, because you got to do that voice for 2 to 4 hours in the studio and keep it going.
Yeah.